What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Tuesday's edition of Crossover Athlete Insights. We have heard you guys clamoring for us to come back here. And I was on vacation there for a little bit, so we didn't get a podcast up for you guys over that time span. But we are happy to be back. We are your co-hosts, Joshua Shapiro and Joey Murray, just in case you guys forgot. And we're going to get on into the college football playoff talk that happened yesterday. We are recording Tuesday. We're going to get that up for you later today here too. Um, wow, two games just incredible,
Yeah.
honestly.
Uh, Miracle.
Yeah.
College Football Playoff Committee finally putting in the top 4 teams.
Yeah,
They got it right.
they finally got it right. We'll touch on that here in a second and a little bit more. The other things we're going to get through today, just in case you want to stick around and hear those out, we're to talk a little bit of Wander Franco. Finally got arrested, or I guess just got arrested. And then what else was it? It was a little bit NFL draft action. Look ahead, as well as Joey's spread bets of the week, the early pick'ems. So that's really it. That's what we're going to get into today. And we are excited to be back and hosting this for you guys. So, start us off. We're going to go with the Michigan Bama game. My God, 1-4. It was a 2-point spread, and it delivered. Is a great game. It just felt like it was going to be like a last play game the entire game, really.
Yeah, I mean, one of the more disappointing endings of the year. I was telling Sid, I think I was rooting harder for Alabama than I was for Ohio State the entire year.
Yeah,
Like, I just wanted them to be upset,
beat the crap out of them.
and I was upset.
I was so torn because I definitely I hate them and I want them to lose, but yet I also am so sick of the SEC people trying to tell me that the Big Ten stinks and the SEC is so much better that I almost just
I
I'm
mean, it is better.
Big Ten.
No, the SEC is better.
I don't think this year
Well,
that
no, like, it's not as big of a gap as there has been in the past, but, like, they
I
are
think this
better.
year the Big Ten's better.
Alright, so Ohio State, Penn State's a fraud, Michigan's
Penn
good.
State's a fraud.
So, okay, so you got Ohio State.
I don't think Ohio State was frauds. I think
No, no,
they're
no, just Penn State.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't think Ohio State was frauds.
Um,
I think
like
they're
Iowa beats teams because of that, and then
Iowa's horrible at
yeah, but they
football.
still beat teams because
No,
they'll just hold
they just didn't.
nothing.
No, they didn't beat teams. They just didn't lose.
Well, that's winning.
But
That's classified as winning.
but
Am I
they
wrong?
won the
Tell
game.
me
But
if I'm wrong.
no,
It's
no,
classified as winning.
yeah, but that wasn't what you said. You said they beat teams. They didn't beat anybody.
They'd beat
They
teams.
won. You know that there's a difference.
That's winning. This is the See, this is what pisses me off. Every time we come into the into the room like this. Excuse me for cussing. Sorry, family
So,
show.
sorry for cussing.
Sorry for cussing.
I was talking about that with Berg today. I was, I was talking about this morning. I don't even know how we got on topic. And I was talking about how I was playing Madden franchise mode.
Yeah,
And he was like, "Bro, have you seen?" And I was like, "Sketch."
yeah.
He's like,
He's taking the world by storm right now.
"It's unbelievable." His comebacks are just so funny when
They're
he's playing with
hilarious.
his like that dude that they just
Yeah,
hate each other. And
yeah.
he's like, "I'd pay you to throw me the ball." He's like, "I'd pay you to eat a salad. I'd pay you to not be around my kids. I'd pay you to do a lot of things."
What's your ACT score? 16? That's good for you.
God, he's so funny.
Oh, he's hilarious. If you guys don't know who we're talking about, Sketch he plays Madden. I think he streams on Twitch and all
Yeah,
that. He's the
yeah.
funniest dude you've ever seen in your life.
Yeah, his thing is, special teams, special
Special
plays,
plays.
special plays.
Yep. It's great. Evil Mr. Beast. Evil Mr. Beast. Some people give, I only take.
Yeah, some people give, some people take, I only take. He's not good at Madden either.
No, and it's just he's just pure comedy, honestly. And my whole TikTok feed is just Sketch now.
Yeah, I love it. All of
It's
his highlights,
hilarious.
it's the best. And just the fact that if he ever does anything bad, like, if he gets sacked or anything, it's always, "Whose man's that?" It's never on him.
Can't be.
So funny.
Yeah. Oh god. The comment section is just
Yeah.
funny too.
Well, the funniest thing is, like, I was watching a stream on TikTok live, it'd be on my, like, feed or whatever. And it had, like, his record, it'd be, like, 313 and 12, and
And you watch him
and then
lose 6
and then I
games.
somebody people could come and be like, "Watch you lose 3 games in a row, update your rank." Yeah, oh
He
my
won't. It's part of it.
no,
He
it's
doesn't
so
care.
funny. Oh my god.
And then he has a celebration where he crawls around and pisses on like Santa Claus and the gnome.
My favorite thing is when he plays against Vontez, what's his name?
Uh,
What's his
yeah, he
last
played on
name?
Vontez Perfect
Yeah,
against him.
and, like, he's just talking so much smack against him as if this dude hasn't killed people in the NFL.
Yeah, he literally killed Antonio Brown.
Yeah.
He's
It
the reason Antonio Brown is what he is.
it has to be.
I would assume.
But, yeah, dude, and he's just like he has a Bengals helmet on the ground and like he scores and he just does
Oh,
his
it's
little
great. Well,
pee dog pee on it.
yeah, did you see the, thing when he was playing and, like, Tyreek was also screaming at him
Yeah.
at the time? And Tyreek was talking about sketch, I guess. He goes, "I don't wanna talk to Tyreek. I don't wanna talk to him." He goes, "Actually, you know what? He didn't play for me in the fantasy playoffs. Put Tyreek. I wanna talk to him. I wanna talk to him now." He's like, "I wanna play for you."
I don't know if I sent you this, sketch was going over his huddle highlights, his
Oh, I
highlight reel.
yeah. Was that actually him?
Yeah, it had to have been him because it was like it looked like a JV highlight, and one of the things that was highlighted was, him causing a false start. That was, like, the whole play. It
That
was
was the
him
highlight?
at, like, middle linebacker just, like, basically, like, fake rushing,
Yeah.
and, like, the dude that was smaller than you, like, on an offensive line. "Oh, you're built like an offensive lineman?"
In high school, probably.
No.
I mean,
Maybe at Bexley, not at a real school.
yeah, like Dublin.
Yeah.
That's what I said,
Yeah, the way you said it was sarcastically as
but
if
I think you took it the
we
wrong
don't
way.
have superior players at every position.
That's what happens when you got all those rich boys out there.
We got 3 schools just in our district.
Yeah,
What's
but
your excuse?
we have one. I don't really care about Bexley High School sports, though, to be honest. And
Well, it's tough to care whenever you're
you wanted to
horrible at
you
everything.
wanted to flex that so hard that
I didn't need to
your high
flex it.
school was better athletic.
Yeah, it is.
Great,
I know.
congrats.
Thanks.
Okay, let's
Um,
move on from this stupid
but
conversation.
anyway, yeah, he was just like breaking down his film on how he was scaring the O lineman. He was like literally like 5'6", like 160 pounds.
He's a menace. He was out here. He was calling plays.
Dude,
Meat on me. Meat on me.
my my
That's my favorite.
this is the last thing I'll say about it. One of my favorite clips is him playing with like the dude he plays with, and he was the quarterback, and he was listening for the play in his headset, and he was calling the play out, and there was a delay of game because he couldn't get the play in fast enough. And, like, they're all lined up already, but he has to tell
The
his
whole
players, and clock went to 0.
yeah, it makes
Delay of game.
sense. He's hilarious. I love watching him. Entertaining. Yeah. All right.
What were we
Well,
talking about?
college football playoffs.
Yeah, they got it right.
Yeah.
Michael Penix, I was right about him all along, should have been the Heisman Trophy winner, should be the first quarterback taken. Um,
Why is that? Are you just going to give us like outlandish claims and not back it up like usual?
wha just I mean, you can't go based off numbers describing the top quarterback. 1, he threw for 450 yards, so that's the numbers I
I'm
just
just you're
the
getting
balls that
really defensive when I ask you to just give us a reason.
the balls that he was throwing, his decision making, his presence in the pocket, his ability to sense collapse in the pocket.
Are we going to pretend like Texas is a good defense though?
Still top 4 team in the country,
Are they a good defense?
good enough to be top 4.
More of an offensive thing. I mean, look at the Big 12 in general. The
I mean,
Big 12 has yet to win. I think they have about 6 or 7 games in the college football playoff, and they have yet to win a single game there.
yeah, I know it's similar to the Big 10, but
I don't think that's true.
I mean, aside from Ohio State and like the one year in 2015, it's been about it. Michigan last night.
I was, yeah. I mean, okay, they've won.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm not saying
I don't understand your arguments sometimes. Like they just don't make sense.
I'm just I'm basically just disagreeing with you because you make very widespread generalized comments that don't necessarily apply to
That
everything.
100% applied.
Yeah, but I'm just saying like they're not the only basically unless you're the SEC, you suck in the playoffs.
Okay,
So I win.
not really, because we're not talking about that. I'm talking about the Big 12 being 0-6 in the college football playoffs, and that Texas deserved to be there. And I think that they're in that realm. I mean, because they won the their conference. But the Big 12 isn't known for defense, and like we're talking about Michael Penix here, and you want to
Yep.
go off on this tangent that wasn't relevant.
I think he's the best quarterback in the country. That's my point.
All right, I just wanted to know why.
Just the ball I told you the balls he was able to deliver and he was throwing guys open, not
I
relying on
love
guys.
Michael Penix.
Yeah, I know, and I'm trying to explain to you, and and then you just randomly say, "I love Michael Penix,"
No,
as I'm
you weren't
talking.
giving me anything
I was
before.
in the middle of
Yeah,
talking.
right there you were. was just saying beforehand. That's all I wanted.
Okay,
Little action out of you.
trying, but you keep cutting me off.
Oh my god.
You're up.
All right. Yeah, I mean, he's not the number one quarterback in the country, but I do love him. Like, I think we've talked about it before. I think it's more of like his poise as a leader is one of the biggest factors for me, and he throws a great ball, without a doubt. But like at the end of the day, is like I don't know if you're going in the 1-1 spot, you have to take. I think it's more of like a talent based thing in the NFL. He can make pretty much every throw. He can move. But I think there are still better players. Like I'm not saying Jane Daniels is number one guy, but I really like Jane Daniels too. I mean, just about he can do everything.
I think, yeah, maybe he's not the most like talented, but I think he will have the best NFL career out of the quarterbacks in the draft.
I think he'll be solid. I think he'll be like a good base. Like I think he'll play, but he's not going to be. I think he'll play a while, but he's not going to ever be like that superstar in
So
the
you think he's gonna be
NFL.
like Kirk Cousins?
I would say around that type of a comparison, give or take like a couple notches either way.
Okay, I think he'll be a top 8 quarterback.
It's high praise.
Yeah, eventually. I'm not saying like year 1, but like
Yeah, obviously.
I think his floor is extremely high, and I think he has a pretty high ceiling.
All right.
So I think it's gonna come down to obviously he has great wide receivers at Washington, but
Yeah, two of the best in the country. Adunze's nasty.
yeah, dude, it was good.
He's really good.
Late hands, he looked like Devontae Adams in terms of like just in terms of his late hands. That's it. I'm not
Yeah.
talking his feet or anything like that, but just
Yeah,
some of the balls that he was catching last night. Like
he's a big presence too. I think he's a pretty big
yeah, he's a
guy.
big guy.
Let me see. They have him here at 10 spot. Oh wait, that was just on quarterbacks.
McShay's got him at 6.
Does he?
He's got him as the wide receiver 2.
Yeah, Dunze is 6'3". He's a big dude. 6'3", 215.
Yeah, just unbelievably late hands.
Yeah. And and he catches with his hands too, which is like he's like not like in a chest catcher type of guy. Like
Yeah,
he's just great. He's got him over Neighbors. Yeah, that's probably right. Neighbors had a great year though, but he did have Jane Daniels throwing the football.
I mean Michael Penix, same thing.
Yeah,
So
that's true.
kind of evens out.
Also true. Yeah, Odunze missed a couple games and he still had just crazy numbers. But yeah, uh, back to it though. Like I think that he is definitely has a chance to play. Like this is Penix has a chance to play himself into the top five of the draft. Like if
Yeah,
they win this, like I think he can. I don't think he jumps Caleb Williams because I think that hype train is just so far gone. Um,
I just
I know.
and I'm not even speaking like just I think just personality wise. Like I just think about okay, if we're thinking this guy's NFL ready. Like he had a game this year where he was crying in the stands. Like can you imagine doing that in the NFL? Like everybody
Yeah,
be like, what is this guy? So we're thinking next year, 9 months from after that happened, he's ready to be an NFL starting quarterback and one of the elite NFL quarterbacks.
yeah. I
That's just
don't
hard to
know.
see
I don't know.
emotionally.
Yeah, that's why I think like I think you saw it a little bit with um before he went down this year is like the type of leader and the type of like person that like AR-15 was Anthony Richardson. Like I feel like that's a pretty decent comparison to like the person Penix is. If Penix may even be a greater leader, honestly, probably. And like he took that whole team and like he was leading them and you could tell right away they were playing around him and playing for him. And I think as a young quarterback, like that is something that's tough to do. And like to earn that respect that quickly and to earn that leadership role. And I think Penix can do that. And I don't know with Caleb Williams or not, honestly.
Yeah, and honestly, the other thing with Penix is just how slow the game looks for him. Like everything is just slow, and that's obviously a huge thing in the NFL is how fast the game gets. So like
Yeah.
the fact that the game just looks like he's playing high school football out there, just he knows exactly how much time he has on everything, and he's never looks rushed or off balance.
Yeah.
I think, and that's kind of what we see with CJ Stroud this year. Just the game, it looks like he just was able to slow the game down,
Yeah.
and obviously Bryce Young's in a very different position, very different in terms of everything, coaching, everything,
It's
talent
just
around
that
him,
team is so bad.
it's so awful. Um, but yeah, it just doesn't look comfortable, and it's not even a knock on Bryce Young. It's just like no, I think if you put CJ Stroud in that same position, I don't think he's gonna look. I think he does better than Bryce Young
Right.
this year, but
Right. He would still be better because he's
yeah,
better.
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it wouldn't have the same numbers without a doubt.
Oh yeah, yeah.
The team is just terrible in Carolina,
Did you see
and
the video of the owner?
they threw the drink on the guy. What are
Oh,
you doing?
what are we
You know, I mean, you know why it happened, I'm sure, because they were probably clamoring to him like that they lost the traded away the number 1 pick from this year. You lose out on Caleb Williams.
Yeah, and, like, he's done everything wrong.
Yeah.
Like,
He's fired 2 coaches in the middle of the season
that
of
he
their
picked.
first year. See, that for that to me like, that to me just doesn't make sense.
It looks like he's doing a Madden franchise out there where they're just like, "You know what? I'll just restart at the I'll sh"
Honestly, fantasy draft all over again.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
did, actually.
That's the best part of the whole thing
Yeah. Well,
with Madden.
I've made playoffs, and then,
Uh,
on all Madden, on simulation, I'm not good at Madden either. So, like, snuck in. Defense was number 1,
that's
somehow.
all luck somehow. I don't know how it's the
Oh, I
same.
know. I know. Um, but yeah, and then, I actually simmed, or not simmed free agency, but skipped to the next week instead, and so I didn't sign anybody. And so, like, I was
You're
like,
screwed.
"Yeah, well," and I had Kirk Cousins.
You're gonna dude, don't sleep on
Well,
Kirko.
I got Patty the next time, and I threw
That's
7 picks in the first game, switched from all bad to, all pro.
knock her down a
I was like,
notch.
"I'm not even having fun."
No,
Like, I was like, what am I competing this hard for?" Like, I wanna be able to launch the ball downfield.
I
Like, I
just
didn't
wanna
have time.
throw it deep to, whoever I
I
have on
only
the
had
team.
DeAndre. I don't have anybody fast. I have Michael Thomas who can't catch in the game. Braxton Berrios is, like, my best receiver,
I
most
mean,
productive receiver.
Madden is all speed.
Yeah.
All
Braxton
you need.
Berrios, nasty in the slot
Yeah, I mean, it's
at,
all
like,
you need.
78 overall.
Yeah, but he probably has 96 speed or something stupid
Is
like that.
fast.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I always pick Jameson Williams because he has, like, 98, 99 speed.
Yeah.
98 speed. Alright, I don't understand why does everybody love Drake May so much, though? I don't
From
win.
from what he did last year.
He had a great year again, actually, numbers-wise.
Yeah, I mean, like, I was and we've talked about this before, I was huge on him last year,
Earlier this
and
year, too.
I thought he was gonna take a bigger step forward than he did.
He had didn't he didn't have nearly as many attempts, about 100 less attempts, and then 13 less touchdowns, 2 more picks,
Could
but
be
yet
could be
had,
timing.
like, yards per attempt was slightly up. Like, it wasn't bad, it was just more so like
There could be less talent around him too.
yeah, that's fair. Um, he had second and deep yards, not a lot of screen so, like, the idea is, like, the arm talent is there really with Drake May, and he's 6'4".
Yeah, he's huge.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I'm taking I like I'm with you. I'm taking a guy like Penix or Daniels over Drake May just because, like
And Caleb Williams.
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
obviously. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
I didn't know that. I don't know. I'd say obviously.
over Drake May. I would.
I'm actually oh, I thought you meant Penix and Daniels over Drake May or Caleb Williams.
Oh, no, just Drake May here.
Okay.
Yeah, Caleb's 1, and he's gonna go 1. It is what it is.
I know it is what it is, and all my opinions because I have a podcast and I can say whatever I want, and I could
Yeah, and you guys don't.
yeah. Um, Penix is my guy. He c just he just has all the tools to be a solid NFL quarterback.
Yeah. If I told you Jane Daniels is listed hot as a taller quarterback than Michael Penix, you believe that?
Was Michael Penix 6'3"?
Yeah, and
Jane
Dan
Daniels 6'4"?
6'4". I wouldn't have believed that. I thought he was like a 6'1" guy. It's huge.
Big guy.
Yeah, I didn't know that. That's my guy, by the way.
I haven't watched him enough to
Dude,
have an opinion on it.
unbelievable.
Hon
But he had neighbors too, so, like, you have a get out in college when you have those guys, it's a get out of jail free card.
yeah. Yeah.
Eh, eh,
My, and, like, I know it's not a fair argument, but this is just how the world works. Life's not fair sometimes. 7 and 5, like we talked about, you're not playing any primetime games. You're
pretty
not
sure they
playing
were like 9-3.
okay, anyway, but still, no primetime games. Like, I
I
don't like there isn't the pressure of playing for Washington, knowing if we lose a game, we're out of this, and now they're 14-0. Like,
yeah, I mean, I think that's fair, but I wouldn't in a pure prospect standpoint,
yeah,
like, I watched some of the stuff, like, he's able to do, and it's like, if you're telling me that like, you just sat here 20 minutes ago, or 10 minutes ago, and told me that the SEC is the best conference in football. So week in and week out, he's playing the best conference in football, in your opinion. All right. Then he goes out and puts up the numbers that he did. He had a better regular season than Joe Burrow did that year that he won the Heisman.
see, I saw that. I
Regular season wise. So
okay,
you can't. Joe Burrow's stats ended up being extremely better because
Okay,
he
then
had
that
3 extra games.
okay, because
Does that make
so
sense?
yeah, you mentioned that on the pod, and I looked it up, I was like,
Yes.
"What are you talking
Yeah,
about?"
yeah, yeah, it was
Okay,
regular season.
okay, that makes much more sense.
Yep. Because when I was looking it up too,
Because
when we were doing that, I had to account for
yeah,
that a little bit.
because what he did in, like, the championship game was
Yeah, I mean,
insane.
both games in the playoffs were
He
like
put up, like, 500
really
each.
all 3 of those games, I think he probably had over 400 yards.
He had they kept talking about it, he had, like, 480 in, like, the championship
Yeah,
game
I
in,
mean,
like, the first 2 quarters.
he had 5 touchdowns in the first half of the championship game.
So sick.
Yeah. But he also had Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson. The
And,
2
CEH,
yeah, who was a first rounder. 3
and, Patrick Queen on defense.
yeah, and, I think Stingsley Jr. was
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
a freshman on that
Yeah,
team.
because I remember they kept like, he made a I don't even remember what the play was,
He
but
was gross his
he
freshman
made
year.
some ridiculous play, and they was like, "Well, there's the next first rounder in 2
Yeah.
years."
He's starting to come on strong, speaking of him.
D
He's been
did you
great
see,
lately.
we haven't talked about this, even though this happened, like, a week and a half ago. Jair Alexander playing Carolina.
Yeah, when he that was it was 2 weeks ago, that's right.
Mhm.
Um,
The dude sounded like an airhead when he was, like, talking about it too, which makes it so much
he
worse.
does sound stupid.
Like, he like, unbelievable at his position, top in the league, but
I just
uh
think coach should have let me in
and
there.
then he was just like, "Yeah, just went. My boys got backed me up."
I figured coach just knew I was from Carolina.
Like, is that how that works?
I don't think that's
And
how it
and then
does.
he almost screwed up the entire thing,
Yeah,
'cause he said, "We wanna kick," and that means we're gonna kick both halves, and the referee said, "You mean defer?" He goes, "Yeah, yeah," and, like, the reporter brought it up to him, he's like, "That means, like, you would kick both," and he was like, "Nah, you knew what I meant," and, like, I'm pretty sure it was, like, Russell Wilson or somebody screwed up a couple years ago, and they had to kick both halves.
really?
Yeah.
I
'Cause
didn't know
that's the
that.
rule. You have to say defer to the second half, not,
Yeah,
"We wanna kick,"
he's an idiot.
obviously. That
Uh,
whole situation
he didn't even
twice.
play this weekend.
No, he got suspended.
Yeah, so stupid.
Oh, hope
But
you guys, listened to me in fantasy football this year. I won once again, won the league 2 or 3 years. Sorry.
I won as well.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, that's all.
Uh, I went 1 for 2 in the championship games. Won 1, lost 1.
I'm only in 1 league.
Yeah, better that way, honestly.
It is if you make the playoffs,
Yeah. It's
but
still better.
but
No, because, like, luckily, I had similar draft positions this year where I had a similar enough team where I didn't have to root against myself too much.
yeah.
But in years when you're, like, mix and match throughout, like, the draft positions, it sucks.
Yeah, 'cause you just have
You're just rooting for and against yourself the entire time.
you wanna hear something wild? So, my team is actually awful, and I was just really lucky because I had 8 guys go on IR this year, and, my deal so ESPN does, like, your v video recap of the year. I don't know if you've watched yours yet. I got my notification this
I haven't
morning.
got it yet.
It
Well, I
was
haven't
lame.
watched it.
It's really not even worth the watch.
Yeah,
I watched it because I won,
yeah.
and, it was, like, my best player was, Patrick Mahomes, who is known as a bust this year.
Big bust.
Took him 2 picks before Josh Allen. That's cool. And then my
Bullshit.
steal of the draft was Calvin Ridley in the 4th. Like, I took Rashad White in the 5th,
Yeah.
maybe 6th.
It doesn't know.
Like, how
It's like listening to AI, the IBM Watson for like trade
yeah.
advice.
Yeah, no, I don't know if anybody's ever executed a trade off that. That's the
No,
dumbest thing ever. Because it's
no.
assuming nobody misses a game.
Yeah, and it's just so off
It's so
anyways.
stupid.
They need to fix that, honestly, or just get
IBM
rid of it.
IBM is on its way out if that's
And they
the international business machine that they're running.
right, that's the thing, it's like they're like, "Ah, this is the advance like, this is the future of the world," and, like, these guys can't even execute a fantasy football trade.
Or even just a decent trade.
Yeah. It's telling me, like, I can get, like, trade Cooper Cup for, like, Christian McCaffrey, like, they're on the same level.
Well, and then, like, it's just like it's just like they add all the values together, so it's like I could do, like, Juwan Johnson, Cole Kmet,
Yeah, yeah, for
and
one
Jameson
guy.
Williams for CMC.
Yeah,
Like,
boy.
"Oh, this is a great value trade."
Uh, can we just pour one out for the, CMC championship team owners?
No, I don't feel bad for them at all.
That would be me.
He carried them all year long,
Right. So then
so
when
I don't feel bad at all. I was grinding with Cooper Cup all year.
I need to pour one out for the homies because how does that's so brutal, like, his entire season, he is the fantasy goat. He
Yes.
is. And then you get to the championship, and Debo snakes a touchdown right away on the 2-yard line, and you're like,
Yeah,
"Ah,
I was
crap."
facing him. Yeah, I was stressed. I
You're
was
facing
actually
CMC or
so,
Debo?
uh, Debo and Ayuk.
Well,
I was so outmatched, but I was so we were at a party up in Cleveland, and the guy that I was facing in the championship was also at the party. So,
that's interesting.
it was fun,
Yeah.
especially, like, winning.
Yeah. It woulda sucked if he said if he
Well,
was trash talking you all.
I was down by, 22, and he had nobody in the 4 or 8 o'clock games. I had Mahomes and Jaden Reed.
By the way, you're welcome for Jayden Reed.
Yeah, thank you.
I hammered Jayden Reed anytime or not
I
anytime,
would've
first touchdown.
but I would've won anyway. I took James Conner out also on your advice and put in Zamir White, so that was 10 right there.
He had
So,
a good day, though.
anyway, I would've won either way.
He had a good day.
James Conner?
Well, both did.
Oh, yeah, Zamir
James Conner had a great
yeah,
day, but
Zamir
Zamir
White just
White,
kept getting stuffed at the goal line.
yeah, still had like 15 or 16.
15 with no
Yeah,
tutties.
yeah,
Um, but, uh but yeah, so Mahomes just had 3 points in, like, the first half, and I was just like, "This sucks," and the Bengals were just taking 35-minute drives.
yeah.
I was not having a good time at that point. It's like I should have been coasting, and I was down 8 going into it, and then
It's tough watching. I went Patty in DraftKings this weekend. I'm
that's
like, he's so due,
yeah,
like he's overdue.
he was so due.
And then like and I went Kelsey stack. I'm like, I mean, he hasn't scored in like 68 weeks. It feels like, and they still sucked. And he's put up like 5 for me, which
What
I still won, by the way.
what round are you taking Kelsey next year?
I'm not taking him at all.
Okay, let's just hypothetically, let's just,
I
like
think you still the name and I guess the prospect of the Kansas City Chiefs still warrants probably somewhere within the top 4 rounds.
'cause yeah. Oh, yeah, I was thinking 3rd
Yes.
'cause, like,
I didn't wanna
they
put I think he can fall to 4. Yeah, that's probably the range of
yeah.
3.
I think 4 would be I would love to take him at 4
Yeah, it's probably 3.
'cause you get
I think 2 is a reach, though.
2s are I think I would be comfortable taking him in 3rd. I think that's a fair risk.
Now, how about this question then, if we're talking this? Is he the number 1 tight end taken?
That's tough, man. I think
There are some good ones.
I know, so what, Laporta or him? Hawkinson
I would say
ACL.
oh, yeah, I forgot. My bad. Yeah, Laporta's in there. Andrews will still be in there.
Dude, clip your fingernails.
I broke it.
Good lord.
It's not that bad.
You're sorry, it's crazy. Um, your pointer finger.
Yeah, it's alright. I just got back from vacation. I didn't have my nail
That
clippers.
isn't the worst.
Yeah.
Yeah, that happens.
I mean, what are you gonna do? Don't I look tan and beautiful?
How do you all he shaved his mustache or his beard and it's already back.
I was gone for 10 days.
I know. I look at it.
Not everybody's a pubescent child, bro.
Fair.
Should I bring the mustache back? Did you guys like the mustache?
I don't think anybody did.
I liked it.
What were we talking about? Oh,
Uh,
top tight end taken. So
uh,
what it'd be Laporta and
it's
Kelsey.
Laporta, it's Kelsey, it's Andrews. Um, who else is in that mix? Because
Kittle.
Andrews,
Kittle's just a name.
but he's probably not in the number 1 range.
I think if Ayuk, uh, I don't know what's his contract deal. I think if they lose a weapon, I think George Kittle's value skyrockets. There's just too many playmakers on that offense.
Is Ayuk in a contract
I
year?
don't know. I don't know. That's what I was saying. But I
I
know
feel like we would
Debo's
hear
not.
more about it if it was.
I don't know. I don't know. CMC's not. So yeah. So
Contract. I probably should have typed that in with him. Oh, he signed a 4-year, 12.5 mil.
that's it.
Yeah.
Well, he was a cancer to the locker room, right? He kept getting suspended for.
When does it end? Oh, he's eligible for a contract extension this offseason. I don't know if that means his contract is up.
I don't think it is. Football's weird.
Yeah. I don't think his contract's up, but he can get extended.
Yeah. So I would
I don't
just.
know if you extend him though. I don't know how you're gonna afford it. I think like you'd rather afford some of your defensive weapons than him.
I don't know.
He's
But
great. I agree. I
oh
like
yeah, yeah.
I think he's awesome.
He's always been great. It's just like
but
it feels like he finally bought into the
he
team.
did. He did. Because he blocks now,
He
like, that was his
blocks.
thing. Like,
Yeah.
he would not block, like, he refused.
Well, and he just like he kept getting benched just for off the field stuff, just like attitude issues.
Well, that and he would literally no, every time they put him in, he wouldn't block either, like, on run plays,
Oh,
and Shanahan would pull him right away. That was
good,
part of it.
good.
I know.
Crazy what happens when a coach holds you liable
Accountable, yeah.
or accountable.
Same thing.
Liable,
Yeah, it's the same thing.
maybe. And
To me, it is. Yeah. I don't dude, they're gr
too
I
bad the
don't
Ravens are
know.
better.
I don't know about that.
I think Lamar just no, but we do know about that. They have a better record and they beat them head to head. They have a better score differential. They've won 6 games in a row going into the playoffs. They're the better team. Even OBJ said this is the best team I've ever been on.
It's a great team. It's a great team. Um,
The Niners just have bigger names.
well, you say that like they're not great, like
They are great.
those names aren't great though. Like
They
that
they
yeah,
are.
they have big names, but they have great big names.
Yeah, they're great, but the Ravens are better.
I know they lost, and, like, it was a bad
They got beat.
I know they lost, and Brock Purdy had a bad game, and it followed the exact script that we talked about on the pod. So what if it's not that way? What if it's reverse? Like, can Lamar's arm keep them in the game now? I don't know.
I mean, he just threw for like 350 yards.
Yeah, against the Dolphins, let up 70 to Russell Wilson.
What?
Yeah.
They didn't no, they scored 70 on Russell Wilson.
Oh, my bad. I had that backwards,
You
didn't
think
I?
Russell Wilson put up 70?
Yeah, that was
He's
the
put up 70
Broncos.
points this
Yeah, you're
season.
right. But still, like, they're not a good like,
Yeah, but they're still, like, not a bad defense.
they
It's still
lost
an NFL defense.
Xavier Howard, and they lost, somebody else as
Chubb, but that
well.
was late.
Yeah, but they lost both, and those are 2 of their best players.
Yeah, but I mean,
And Jalen Phillips isn't in anymore. I think, like, Dolphins aren't looking great. They continue to
no.
prove that, like 1, I think Cowboys are frauds again, and then 2, I think the Dolphins are right in that realm. So, it was the battle of the frauds, and the Dolphins are less fraudulent than the Cowboys.
You think that didn't the Cowboys steamroll them?
No, that was the team the Dolphins beat. That was finally the good team the Dolphins beat,
Who'd the Dolphins play this past week?
the Ravens.
Oh, and that's right. Then Ravens. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. No, the Ravens are great. Like I said, we said it the last pod that we were back in town, um, that they're by far like, it's 1 and 2, and it's not even close. Like, it's the Niners and the Ravens, and
It's
then
Ravens and the Niners.
it's the Niners and the Ravens, and then it's a
It's
bu
not. It can't be.
it's just the 2 of them. I'm saying them together.
Then say it the other way.
No, I can't. I refuse.
Why?
Because numbers, like, you do that first.
Yeah. Who's the better team? Oh, let's find out. How do we find out who the better team is? Well, let's have them play against each other. Oh, we did. Oh, the Ravens looked way better, and they smoked. And Brock Purdy looked very human, just like we talked about, because they were playing a decent defense.
I agree. No, I'm not saying that
So therefore, the Ravens are, as of right now, a
I
better
still
football team.
I would still bet the Niners are favorites in that game.
Okay, what would it take for you to say the Ravens are a better football team? Beat them again?
I mean, yeah, because that's the Super Bowl now. I'm just saying, like, as a general, if I were to want a team, any team in the NFL to win any game, it is the team they put together in San Francisco.
Not against a good defense, apparently, though.
I do think so.
But when has Brock Purdy ever showed that this season? Like, just I'm using your own point
I
against you.
agree. Okay, let me just pull up their schedule, and then I will counter that because I don't know exactly everybody they played, and that's the only way for me to do it.
And let's look at their losses, not just like the one good defense that they beat.
All right, let me find it. Preseason. This is all right. Would you say the Cowboys are a good defense?
Um, define good defense. Top 15
I think that's. I think the Cowboys would be in the realm of great defenses in the
at
NFL this year.
takeaways. Yeah,
In
I
general,
think they give up points, right?
42 points.
Okay.
All right, let's see. Would you say the Eagles are in that realm?
No,
Not anymore?
no, the Eagles are awful at defense.
Great on the run. 42 points.
Yeah, I mean, the Eagles are not the Eagles right now, or have been this year.
Yeah, and then he had the one skid.
Again, okay, hold on. Let's
Browns, who have the
Yep,
best
yep,
defense.
great defense.
The Vikings, who have a great
Yep,
defense. And the Bengals, who do not actually have a great defense, but that just was one of the games that they got the better of them.
yep. Okay, so on the teams that he faced great defenses with poor offenses, like
Well,
Browns and
Vikings still had Kirk.
yeah, so Browns and you're saying the Ravens
I
don't
don't
have
know. Did the Bengals had Joe though? That was when Joe started rolling for the quick split
I
second.
don't remember. I don't remember
Yeah,
that far back.
I can click on it. I'm pretty sure they had Joe. Yeah, they did. Joe went for 283 and three tutties.
Alright.
Jamar went 10 for 100. Brock Purdy was 365 yards and a tutty. He did throw two picks, but still in that game, like the picks hurt, and that's what kills. So like in the idea,
Yeah,
that's when his picks come or when they're down.
yeah,
Always.
yeah.
So, but and numbers wise, like still there. But so
I'm not saying he's not a good quarterback by
I
any
know. I'm
means.
just saying. Like at the end of the day, though, that's the team. Like you tell me, they have all the big names, right?
No, I'm not saying they're not great. I'm
But
it's
let me just say, like if I were to pick a team still, like that's who I'm picking. I am picking the Niners as the best team. Like if I want to win any game, I want to win any game, I'm taking the 49ers.
yeah, no,
And you can tell me it's in the Ravens for you. That's okay.
no, that's not even like the argument I'm saying is that I'm just saying like because of the results, taking like your feelings out of it. Objectively, the Ravens are the best team because of their record, point differential, and they beat the other best team. So it's it wouldn't be fair to say that they're not the best team.
That's still like take that I don't know how to explain what I'm trying to think here.
I if okay, if you were to say they played the like if they didn't play each other.
No. Even if like I get it. The Ravens beat them. I know that. But in the idea of power rankings and the idea of ranking the best teams, okay?
Yeah.
I am still sitting here in my head saying I'm going to take the 49ers like to win any game in football right now. Like to me, that's my number one power ranking.
So if they were to play the Ravens right now.
I am still saying I think the Niners are favored. Like in sports books, I
No,
guarantee
no, no,
you.
we're not talking about sports
I know
books. We're
that's
talking about
part. I yes, you obviously know already. But I'm saying even on a sports book, I guarantee you on a neutral site, the 49ers will be favorites.
yeah, they might be favorites, but
That would
I would
mean
take the Ravens.
that's okay. But that would mean, hence, they should be the better team,
No, that means the odds makers decided
which are sharper than crap.
not as sharp as me.
You're right. What's your record lately on the spreads?
13-0.
Just like sketch.
I never lose.
Yep.
Special teams, special plays, special players.
You should. Yep. Special players. That's what you
I know.
are. All right. All right. We're sitting here about 40 minutes in. Good little argument back and forth. What else is new?
What else is new? I won. Crazy.
We'll have to reclassify what a win. No wonder your record's so high. Is that what you classify as
Sorry,
wins?
sorry. I beat you.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Phrase.
Okay. Um, you want to talk Wander, or you just want to move on to betting?
I think we could. I don't have any insights on Wander. Just a crazy situation.
Yeah, it is pretty crazy.
Are the Rays are still on the hook for the contract until something actually?
I mean, he's arrested.
No, I know, but like
He's
just
not
he's on
convicted.
leave right now.
They're
So it's
not.
just like a
Yeah,
Bauer
but I'm
situation
sure
where
he's
he's getting.
on not paid leave or on
I think you
unpaid.
have to be paid.
I don't. I think in legal situations you don't.
Wasn't Bauer being paid still until he was DFA'd?
That's a good question.
I'm pretty sure that
I
was like the
do,
whole thing. Is he was getting paid 40 mil.
but his was a little. I.
Let's not get
I.
into
w-
the Bauer
No, I
situation.
know. I'm just saying, like it is. I don't know if it's any because he's not like countersuing here or anything, and Bauer was in the process of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Wander's just trying to
Wa-
ignore it.
Warner is in it. You know what I mean? And that's why I don't know. I feel like in that type of legal situation, like I think you can not pay, like because I think on like some domestic violence things where
Ah, okay.
you know what I mean, like
Yeah,
you don't get paid on that type of leave.
yeah, yeah.
So
I mean, I think we can all agree that he shouldn't be paid on this kind of leave.
I agree. And the fact that this is what I meant to I read through this little thing before we got on here. So there are 2 actions against him and a third that
Mhm.
isn't seeking, um, like, legal stuff
Yeah,
yet,
yeah, I saw the
legal
3rd
action.
one that was
So 2 have filed legal action, 3 have not, or the third hasn't. I had a rumor while I was still in the summer, while I was still with the Brewers, there was, like, rumors going around that, like, the whole reason it came out is because he didn't pay her the hush money.
mhm,
Uh,
that's what I heard.
yeah,
I've
but
no, like, evidence of
no,
that.
me either,
That's just what the
but that's
word the clubhouses were.
that was what was spreading around.
Yeah.
But here's the other thing, and obviously he's in the wrong. I'm not saying any other ways. But if you only file legal action the second he doesn't pay you, like, I feel like you knew I don't know. Like, if you already knew, like, it was all messed up, I don't know,
But
man.
you're a minor, so,
Yeah.
that's
No, it's wrong either way. I just, like it's, like, a weird like, how on what grounds are you able I don't know. I don't know law
I
enough.
think that's the thing with being a minor is, there is no grounds where you can be in the wrong,
Okay.
which I
I
think we agree on is that,
absolutely.
yeah.
I agree. I'm
Yeah,
just
I
saying I don't
no,
know if, like, his lawyer can if he somehow gets out of this
he
because,
fired
like
his lawyers.
oh, he did.
I saw that he dismissed his
Yeah, he
team.
just got new attorneys. I
Yeah,
read it
which
right
clearly
here.
that didn't work.
Yeah.
What do you think they told him? Just, "Hey,
He
just
has to be
ignore it,"
he has to be in front of a judge with it by tomorrow, by the Wednesday.
or what?
I think it's just you're guilty, probably, like one of those.
Jeez.
I think.
Yeah.
I just made that up, but I feel like it's around that realms because he already didn't show and got arrested, so, like, this is the court action now.
No, 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 he will show up because he's arrested, right? So, if he's in custody, they'll just g put him in front of a judge.
I guess
So,
that's fair. Yeah,
that's probably
Dominican Republic laws stipulate that he'll go before a judge within 48 hours or sometime on Wednesday.
yeah, so he's in jail, and that's how they're
So
gonna
they're gonna
force
bring
him.
him.
Okay.
Yeah,
Alright, that makes more sense than just being like, "Alright, guilty."
yeah, yeah. Well, I feel like if you don't show
Yeah,
your
no, I
court case in, like, the US like that, well, if it's, like, the deciding thing, then you're just
yeah,
auto
but
guilty.
that's for, tickets,
Yeah.
not
I don't think it's all that. I think that's just the rules.
I thought you just would get a warrant out for your arrest, you don't get your bail back, but then you still have to go in front of a judge.
Oh, maybe.
I thought that's I haven't been arrested
Really?
yet.
Me either. You're such a goody two shoes.
Yeah,
All right. Yeah, that's it. He's an idiot. He's the most talented player in baseball, and he's an idiot.
I highly disagree with that,
But he's unbelievable.
especially for what we were talking about
Okay, besides Shohei.
before the pod.
What?
Never mind.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, but
Well, I
anyway,
mean, I think it's like that's a whole thing.
yeah,
Basically, we're talking like, is he even as young as he is? But that's always the question with like a lot of the young prospects that
yeah,
come out not from the U.S.
yeah. I
All
don't
right.
know.
Well, what is bet?
Yeah,
I,
I didn't do a pre one, so we're just ripping off. I
I
think I
know
was doing better just ripping off the top of
you
my head.
were 100%. You were started overthinking it.
Yeah,
What
that's what
happens?
happens when I think.
Just let it ride. That was the first. So I hit the Jaden Reed first touchdown of the game. First time in my life. I've bet a million. Back when like DraftKings had like the first touchdown bet insurance, I bet it every game I could. This is the first time I've ever hit a first touchdown bet. It was sick.
And it was the clutch my game up, and then
I
you got
thought I
another one.
cursed you.
I thought I was just I wasn't even watching because, we had been we were at this party, and we had already been watching football for 4.5 hours, and I was
Yeah,
like, "Okay, I can't just sit here and
yeah.
watch it." So, yeah, I got the notification on my phone and ran up to the guy and shook his hand, said, "Hey, hard fought match."
I actually so this just reminded me really quick, and I wanted to pull up because I couldn't think of the other name here. Okay, but here, let me pull this up. This is the craziest thing ever that you wouldn't even. Okay, last year, Barty, Michigan State. This is college football. Michigan State had Jalen Reed and Keon Coleman. Jalen Reed, currently a monster in the
He's a
NFL. He's great.
beast. Yeah.
And Keon Coleman, a top wide receiver prospect for the NFL this coming year, who had an unreal season at Florida State, at least while Jordan Travis was playing. And he's great. Like Keon Coleman is a beast. They had those two guys last year, and they couldn't score a point. How insane is that?
It's good coaching. Urban Meyer this year or next year,
What? Get him, bring him in? That was the
Michigan State.
rumor.
Yeah, that was my I never mind.
Yeah, that's what you told me.
I had a little bit of information. I
Maybe
guess,
try to
yeah,
tell.
I guess it doesn't matter because 'cause I'm not sharing who I got it from.
Yeah, doesn't
But
matter
yeah,
at all.
yeah, so, I had some information that, Urban Meyer to Michigan State.
Your inside guy is clearly not Shefty. Shefty would have been all over it.
He's not the places that I have yours.
What?
I can't tell you on camera.
Yeah, I know. I didn't know what you meant by that, honestly. Oh, that was why I said what. All right. You want to rip into it?
Get sushi at night.
Ooh, yum. That's good.
Yeah.
I don't know what I mean. Uh, all right. Ready?
Yep. Remember, read it a little slow. My brain, a little
Yeah.
slow.
Yep. Special
Special
teams.
players.
Yep. I didn't want to say straight special players to you, so I went with the teams factor, but you knew what I meant. All right, here we go. Steelers at Ravens. These are Saturday.
Ravens, whatever. No, what is it?
Well, so this is an odd one. We're in week 18 of the NFL season,
That's
and
tough because I don't know if anything's on the line for every game.
this is what we all know by
Okay,
these lines.
good.
The Ravens have clinched the 1 seed already. It is Ravens plus 3.5, and Mason Rudolph has been confirmed starter, even with Kenny Pickett healthy.
I so Lamar's not gonna be playing.
I would assume nobody really on the defense.
Yeah,
Patrick Queen looks
yeah,
beat up
yeah. I mean, I think you'd go Steelers.
in Baltimore.
Steelers are playing for something.
They actually are.
Yeah, playing for pride. Like,
No,
well, and yeah, I mean, they have a
they have
winning
a
record.
slim chance. They have a chance to make the wild card spot.
Yeah, yeah. No, I think. What, did you say 3.5?
Yeah,
Oof.
I know.
Hopefully that goes. And that actually might move to 3.
I
I
don't.
would love to get that at 3.
It just I don't know who plays.
Yeah, I'd still go Steelers
I mean, the Steelers' offense is practically all backup, so they'll stink.
yeah,
Pickens is great if you throw him the ball.
if you can get to him before he throws a temper tantrum.
I mean, just get him the football. He does cool things. All right, this game matters. Texans at Colts. Colts plus 1.
Texans.
Yeah,
Well, is oh yeah, Texans.
yeah. CJ's back.
Yeah, yeah. I just remember he was out, but that was just last drive because they were winning by a lot.
Yeah.
Texans.
Um. Yeah, I
That's
agree.
wild. Plus
But
one.
it's on the road.
I know, but
Yeah,
still,
it's weird that the Colts are dogs at home there. I don't know.
no, they're not. You said Texans.
Texans -1, Colts plus 1.
Still Texans.
Yeah,
I would take them probably like plus 2.5 or minus 2.5.
take the. Yeah, the Colts struggled last 2 weeks. Really, haven't been great.
They're just like you never know what team's gonna show up.
Minshew's. I don't know how Minshew isn't a starting NFL quarterback. I don't.
Consistency, I guess.
He's been great this year.
Yeah, I know.
It's just one of those weird, like he'll have a role in the NFL for forever because he always does this when he plays. But I don't get why. Like, why is he? Why does Josh Dobbs get created and moved in? Because Minshew's a million times better.
If you take out the last 2 games Dobbs played, then no.
But there's also a reason Dobbs had never played before.
Yeah,
Like, it's
I
a
don't know.
great run.
Yeah,
Well, it's
made
over.
himself some money for next year.
Yeah, maybe.
No, he did.
I don't know.
I mean, he's gonna be the top paid backup quarterback.
He'll be in the NFL. He will not be a
Yeah.
starting. He will not be a starting
No,
quarterback.
but he'll be the top paid backup quarterback.
I don't know about that anymore.
I do. Dude, having him as your backup, that is such an advantage if your guy goes down.
Is it like Gardner Minshew's better?
Yeah, I know.
I'd rather pay Gardner Minshew.
I mean, I'd like both of them as my backup. Be very comfortable with both of them as my backup.
Give me Joe Flacco.
He That's a starting quarterback.
He's been
Have you
so
seen all
good.
the debates with comeback player of the year?
It has to be him.
Yeah, I agree because like Damar Hamlin's played 17 snaps on the year,
I get it. It's a great story.
I understand that like
But
it is funny, not funny, but like the people that are on Damar's side are like uh played for the like Joe Flacco played for the Jets last year, played in 5 games this year, and then it's like Damar Hamlin died playing football this year. I'm like, yeah, I get that, but like it's it's I'm so glad that he's able to play football but Joe Flacco is the guy.
Yeah, I think that
He's playing MVP caliber football off of his couch. He
so
looks like he's dozing off at the end of games.
oh, you saw that one clip.
Yeah, I know.
That's why he was terrible in the second half. That's what they said. That was the rumor.
Sleepy.
He was falling asleep on the sideline. No, so great story with Demar,
Mhm.
obviously. Um, but as far as like being comeback player of the year, uh, he didn't play.
Yeah, and it's just like, how is that fair? Because if DeMar Hamlin is the comeback player of the year, that means that he was already deemed comeback player of the year as soon as he was put on an NFL roster again.
And
Because like clearly what he did doesn't matter. It just means like
well,
the
that's
fact that he's able to play football means he's so like they should just give him the award at the first week of the season.
yeah. I mean, that's why I don't agree with it.
Yeah,
I just think like you're taking the football away from the award for a story.
yeah. I think if he would have played a little bit more than 17 snaps on the year, like if he would have,
And the Bills obviously being like trying to be a good franchise and a good like look of hope, they're never going to get rid of him.
yeah,
Like,
like I'm fine with, like
and that's okay. But
yeah,
I'm not. But he shouldn't be the comeback player of the year when you don't play.
yeah,
Like that should be reserved for the people like the guys coming back from injuries or the guy in Flacco where they didn't get to play the year before and they decide to show or like Gino was last
yeah,
year. You know what I mean? It should be reserved for those type of situations.
yeah, yeah. I think yeah, like I said, if Demar were to play 10 snaps a game, every game, I think it's a different story. But
Yeah.
it's just the fact that so like just like odds are he is not even touching the field that game.
Odds are he's not even dressed. He's been healthy and active for
I know.
most games.
Yeah.
It's like I said, great story. Happy he's good,
They should
but
do a new award, a Demar Hamlin award for like I don't know, like
guys who oh god. All right, Falcons at Saints. Saints minus 3.
Falcons at Saints, Saints -3. I'm taking the Falcons. They've
I
been
do.
playing pretty good football lately, and
This is a big week for that terrible division down there in the NFC South.
yeah,
Those two play for a chance. Actually, can I look up the NFC South standings here? This is how it rolls. All right. Everybody. Well, the Falcons beat the Saints, so they believe if the tie will go to them. So Buccaneers and Saints are 8-8. Buccaneers control their destiny. Buccaneers win, they're in. All right. Um, Saints win, Bucks lose, they're in. Falcons win, Bucks lose. I don't know. I don't know who owns the tiebreaker that spot. There would be 3 teams tied at
I
8 and
think the
9.
Falcons didn't the Falcons beat the Bucks?
Falcons beat the Saints,
I don't know.
and they beat the Bucks last weekend.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know who owns that one. But they all have life in my eyes. That's
at
crazy.
least two of them do.
Well, if the all of them then.
Yeah,
What a crappy division. I hope Baker wins it. Just
yeah,
win it, Baker. Just
yeah.
win it.
I like Baker.
Right? How can you not? He's just a football
He's
player,
just
bro.
he's a gamer.
Why did the Browns give up on him so early?
Picks and
But it was an early like it still was
it's the
he's
Brown. It's
young.
the Browns.
Yeah, that's why. Browns. Gonna go
That
hey.
rather give a bunch of money to a sex offender.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right, classic Browns. Who are you taking here?
I mean, he's got to be on like the sex offender list, right?
I think he got it all scrubbed.
All right, let's not. I don't. I'm gonna get heated. Let's not go into this one.
Yeah, I'm just saying though.
Yeah, no, I know, I know.
All right. Yeah, I don't know who you're taking. Saints minus 3 or Falcons plus 3?
I said Falcons.
Oh, you did.
Yeah,
Plus 3 at on the road?
yeah.
No.
I think Falcons win that game.
Really? With Heineke?
I like Heineke.
He's better than Ritter.
Ritter, yeah.
Yeah. Arthur Smith's terrible. How do you not see that so much earlier? Ah, whatever. All right, Buccaneers at Panthers. Panthers plus 5. Pretty hefty line.
That's tough.
Bryce Young's been playing better
I'm
football
gonna
as
go
of late.
Panthers +5.
Yeah.
Carolina's secondary is really solid. So
Does everybody play? I mean, they've already clinched. Yeah, they play, right?
who
For Carol, they clinched the worst.
uh
Is that a celebratory event where like nobody gets to
no,
play
because
now?
they don't get the first pick.
Yeah, that was terrible. How do you look at that roster? I mean, I guess like if you really thought Bryce Young was that guy, if you had to have. But
I mean,
then,
everybody did though. It's easier in hindsight to say he's
but
not, but
Rule won it. Wasn't Matt Rule the coach here earlier this
mhm.
season? Rule won his Stroud, and so did the quarterback coach.
So the owner just put his foot down.
Yeah. No, like, so at Ohio State's pro day, like CJ was throwing it. It was the old Bears quarterback there. I mean, he was a backup forever. Josh McCown, I think.
I
That
mean,
sound
he's been
familiar?
everywhere.
Right. But they'll back up like everywhere he played. But he
Yeah,
started for the Browns for a little stretch.
I don't know.
Okay, whatever. I'm pretty sure it's McCown. And he said to CJ, like at the pro day, like we'll have to find you like a house with like a apparently CJ likes to play basketball or something. Like with like a place with a basketball court around or something like that. Like we're gonna like an idea of like, hey, we're taking you. And like that you could see the mouth clearly of like him saying that in the video. And that was circling around like, oh, CJ's gonna go one. And then like so his odds got way boosted. I remember like the number one overall pick odds on DraftKings, like he got way down to minuses and then it flipped late to Bryce Young. Um and then I think it came out later too, like Matt Rule wanted CJ Stroud too. Yeah,
What is it? What are the owners doing? Stay out of it.
honestly.
Like you're not a football guy.
Yeah,
You like football.
yeah.
That's like why we're not GMs. We like football. We're not GMs.
We could be better than that guy.
I mean, in hindsight, yeah.
I
Well, let's wait and see what Penix does, and then I'll.
Yeah, all right. And Jane Daniels.
All right. All right.
Okay.
We'll see who gets to be GM.
Yeah, that's what we'll decide. All right. Jets at Patriots. Patriots minus 2.5.
I think you got to go Patriots. Patriots have been looking a lot better.
And the defense is good.
Yeah.
So just take it. I mean,
Yeah.
fade the Jets more so than buying the Patriots.
Yeah. A little bit of both.
Browns at Bengals. Bengals minus 6. Browns have already clinched everything.
Oh.
Nothing to play for.
Um. The Bengals. It's so
It's an impossible pick.
yeah, and just like all right. So if I can't figure out who I want to pick, I'd rather pick the team that is actually
Has
trying.
Yeah, like Browning still has something to prove.
And I like Browning.
Yeah, I agree. I do want to. I just saw this, and this is pretty funny. What do you think the over under is on that Jets Patriots game?
32.
30.5.
I'd take. I don't
I
know.
don't
I
know.
was gonna say over, but like I'm just trying to think of the Jets defense. It's
It's
good.
good, and the Patriots defense is good. Patriots had
So
that stretch where they won like or lost 3 games in a row while not letting up more than 10 points. I don't know,
I don't know. I could see it being 17-14.
and just cashing by one.
Yeah.
I agree. I
But
mean,
I
that's
could
just a
also see it being
10-3.
16-13.
Yeah, something stupid. You don't know. All right. Jaguars at Titans. Titans +5. Jaguars have everything to play for.
I think I'm gonna take the Titans +5. Jags have been playing bad football.
I think Lawrence does play.
Honestly, it doesn't matter. I think the Bethard, whatever his name is, like I think he's serviceable as like similar to Trevor Lawrence. He's accurate. And honestly, I think he
Ca-
plays better with Ridley than Lawrence does.
Can we finally? Uh, it's been a it's been a tough year for the Jags here lately.
Mhm.
Um, Trevor Lawrence has the same numbers as Daniel Jones does,
Wow. With way better weapons.
with also like there is never Trevor Lawrence slander ever.
I think maybe just I think everybody just feels bad for him, like
Why?
dealing with Urban and just having to like
That was one
restart.
year.
No, but that's his rookie year. Like that's got
Th-
to be
I
awful.
just
Like
saying,
just got beat down.
I don't understand why he is just like he's a
Golden boy.
great arm. Yeah, but it's just when can you eventually say like he's going to be a service quarterback for the in his entire NFL career? So it's not like that. He can make all the throws, but he's just not great. He's really not.
Yeah.
And I was on
I'd
this
rather
train.
have Stroud.
Yeah, and I was on the train too. Is like he was such like he's a higher touted prospect than Caleb Williams. Like he was like the guy.
Yeah.
And they never miss, like, typically. Like, those guys don't miss.
Yeah.
Like, the
Like
guys, you're like,
Peyton Manning's the
it's always those. Eli was in that realm too. Um, Who else
Wasn't
lately?
Jared Goff one? He was 1-1. Was he one of those guys?
Not in a generational talent, but he had a great arm.
Yeah. I think Jared Goff is one of the most underappreciated NFL quarterbacks.
Very much
He's
so.
always been solid, if not good.
He had a tough stretch towards the end in LA. Um, but yeah, it's the same guy. He can make all the throws,
Yeah.
which is why I went 1-1 though, because you saw it. I think he went to Cal. It's just he had that. They played Ohio State. He was there.
Oh, was that when Kenny Guyton was playing?
Was it Kenny G?
Yeah, I think so.
Might have been. Um, look,
I just had like a flashback of watching
blast
that
from the
game in
past.
Rusty Bucket when I was like 8.
Kenny G. Gotta love it.
I loved
That's a
him.
great pick at it. Like that's a great name drop.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I was a big fan of him.
everybody was.
He went and played in the AFL.
Was it the AFL
Yeah.
arena?
I mean, yeah.
It's awesome. You remember the Columbus Destroyers?
Yeah, we had season tickets.
Did you really? That's
It's
hilarious.
more fun than watching the NFL. They don't punt. I was talking to Sid about this. We were having this conversation last night. Um, how much better football would be if there was no punts allowed. You could kick field goals, but there's no punting anymore.
Every I don't know
It'd be so much more enjoyable. It'd
why.
just be complete electricity. Like fourth
Well,
down
you'd
at
get
your own 20. Like okay, and let's okay.
then you just run the football 6 times and there's a touchdown. I
No,
think you miss out. I think you lose. I think you'll lose out more on the dynamic, fun piece of the passing game.
okay, what about if there's only pooch punts? Like you can't back up further than 7 yards.
Then
So you just got to get rid of it.
now you're on a different path that I could see. Like
Okay.
you know, but like you see what I'm
There was
saying?
zero. Yeah, yeah. No, don't get me wrong. There was zero thought into this. It just popped into my stupid brain, and I told Sid,
Yeah,
and she was like, "Oh, that would be way more fun." I was like, "Oh, yeah, I'm right."
I just think you lose the passing game too much, and I love watching the passing game.
Yeah. All right.
That's my favorite thing about
Yeah, I
football.
guess there'd be no deep balls.
Yeah,
It'd
and
be
that's
just
the
like one
electricity.
safety
Yeah,
over the top, and that's it.
yeah.
All right. All right. Sorry. Let's move on.
That's all. That's where my mind went. All right, where are we at? You took Jags or you took Titans?
Titans
All right,
plus
but
5. Like yeah.
yeah, yeah. Vikings at Lions. Lions -3. I'm assuming the Lions have something like
I think they have a
positionally.
1 seed to play for.
They already clinched that. They won the division.
No, the 1 seed.
Nope. Niners clinched that.
I don't know. If there's something to play for, I'd taken the Lions,
I do.
especially coming off last what happened.
I'm unsure actually. I don't know if they do. So Lions -3.
If there's something to play for,
I would assume they would be dogs if Jared Goff wasn't playing.
do you think? Because they'd take Gibbs out.
But actually, that's I don't know now because the Vikings are playing Jaron Hall, well, probably
Oh,
Nick Mullins, and it's only a 3-point spread.
yeah. I'm still. Yeah,
I'm taking the
I think you got to take
Lions.
the Lions. They're just a good football team.
Yep. Seahawks at Cardinals. Cardinals +2.5. Seahawks have. I don't know if they do anymore. I think they might. I don't know if they have anything to play for.
I don't think they do. I'm taking the Cardinals.
Dude, will you just say Kyler Murray's decent? He's good.
He's a freak athlete.
He's
Yeah,
a good quarterback.
he had a really good game this past week.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I think he shows huge flashes of being a great quarterback, but I think I don't know. I just I don't know. I
He's
don't see
good.
the consistency enough.
I think he's good.
Yeah, no, I think he's a good quarter. I don't think he deserved the 300 million he got or however much it was.
Yeah, I mean, that time though, he was very explosive.
Yeah,
Like, um, and last year when they finally got, he also has never really had. He had D Hop actually. So he was great then, and then now he's got a downgraded like weapon scheme. Trey McBride's great,
yeah,
but the receivers are just terrible.
yeah,
Marquise Brown had one good year. He was never good though. He was just fast.
just got targets. Yeah, no, I think he's a good quarterback. I just don't think he deserved the contract he got. But yeah, he's a starting NFL quarterback for sure.
Yeah. All right, Bears at Packers. Packers -3. This is a do or die game for the Packers. Control your own destiny.
I think the Bears show up for this one. Uh,
In cover or win.
cover 3. I think they're able to handle that, and I think they might win. I think they've been winning.
Yeah, I mean, they are the Bears though. Every time they get up, it's still like they have been up to early leads really like lately, and they had all like that thing of them blowing leads earlier in the season, or really even the last couple weeks too, or a few weeks ago, and it just never feels safe ever if you watch them play. It never like even 14-0 like early on, 17-0, you're like, here they go. Then it's 17-7. You're like, well, here comes the Bears. I don't know. I just think the Packers are playing really good football.
Yeah, no, they are. I think the Bears are gonna show up.
I think Watson comes back, and I think that I I think
Bears are
it's I think it's a shootout more so than like the Bears aren't getting shut down, but I think the Packers cover.
okay.
But I think it's a high scoring event. Like I think it's like 30-20 something. And all right, Rams at Niners. Niners -3. CMC is not playing.
Rams.
Yeah,
I was even if like I don't Niners already clinched.
I think they don't have anything to play for.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah. Um. By the way, is there any doubt? So as of right now, this is the setup for or for the first round of the playoffs. It is the Lions against the Rams in Detroit.
Mhm.
Is there any doubt Matthew Stafford goes into Detroit and beats the Lions?
I think that would probably absolutely happen.
Without a doubt, right?
Yeah. Just because he deserves it.
I know. I think like there is zero hope for the Lions if they have to go face that Rams team, which by the way can definitely play spoiler in the playoffs. They're good.
Unbelievable offense.
They are really good.
Kyron Williams is like the anchor of that team. Like, he just sets up so much.
Yeah, he's great. Notre Dame. Never knew it. Undrafted.
No, he's 5th round.
Was he?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yep. Positive.
Oh,
Puka
there
was
you go.
6th. 5th round 2 years ago.
No,
20
no, he's a rookie.
2022.
He's a rookie.
No, he's not.
Yeah, because the draft he was in the 2022 draft. Or yeah, he is a rookie.
That was the year before Puka.
5'9", 194. Isn't he a rookie? Am I wrong? I could be. Yeah, you're right. Think.
Flip it.
I really thought he was.
Well, you're double wrong, and I was double right. So, how's that feel?
A double Ruski. Yeah, he played last year.
Hmm.
For him.
And me.
Congrats.
Thank you.
First time.
Oh,
Congrats
oh,
again.
oh.
You're gonna want it. This is the only time you're gonna hear it. It doesn't happen this often.
I
You
know.
don't find that many nuts.
No, I do. You just don't admit it.
No, no, I will.
You say that's not a nut.
Huh?
You say that's not a nut. So you don't find it many nuts.
Yeah, you don't find many. So I have to
But
congratulate
I
you on the few and far between. Okay. Yeah, I like the Rams. I really think that dude, that offense when they're all healthy is just so good.
awesome.
Oh my god. It's scary. You don't want to play that team. They're hot too. All right. Cowboys at the Commanders. Commanders plus 13. I think the Cowboys have is the Cowboys and the Eagles still fighting for that last for the division.
I think you gotta go Cowboys.
They always
They
seem
just blow out the bad teams.
Yep, there it is. For odds. Minus 13. Take the Cowboys. I agree. All right. Chiefs at Chargers. Chargers -3. So I'm assuming the Chiefs already won the division. I know that. Um,
I'm gonna go Chargers.
I'm assuming they're nothing. Yeah, I mean Stick's not bad.
Dick's not bad. Um,
Eckler's atrocious.
yeah, and I know the Chargers have a horrible secondary, but like Chiefs wide receivers are just that's where
Terrible.
she
And
rides.
Mahomes isn't playing.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That's why the Chargers are
Oh
minus
yeah, I
3.
guess yeah. I looked at my fantasy lineup for this next week, and he's projected 4 points.
Yeah.
So
So maybe he plays a drive.
yeah,
All right. Yeah, I agree. I think like if it's a battle of the backups, I'm definitely taking the
I
Chargers.
don't know Chad Henne if he's still there. He looked
No, he's
good.
gone. He retired. Yeah.
He was nasty, but
Yeah, he's great. I agree. Otherwise, it probably is
I would
minus
probably take
Chiefs.
Chad. I would probably
Yeah,
take them.
100%. All right, Broncos at Raiders. Raiders -2.5. Jared Stidham versus Aiden O'Connell. The matchup. I don't know why it's not prime time.
I'm taking Raiders.
Yeah, Antonio Pierce getting them rolling.
Mhm.
Eagles at Giants. Giants +5. Full benching of Tommy DeVito.
Good.
The
Sucks.
Cutlets.
I mean, we everybody knew he wasn't that good.
Yeah,
He just won. Like,
it
they just won. So like, yeah.
worked out.
Um, Eagles are playing for something.
Eagles are still trying to fight for the division.
Yeah,
Giants
I mean,
or with the Cowboys. Sorry.
I don't know. I like Tyrod Taylor.
-5, +5. I feel like at some point
I
here
think you
they
gotta take the Eagles.
I was gonna say, I think at some point here they just
I
beat the crap out of
I could see this
somebody.
being an AJ Brown bounce back where he goes off for 125.
Yeah, I agree. All right, last game. This is I don't see a Monday night game. No
Nope,
Monday
no
night.
Monday night.
Bills at Dolphins. Dolphins +3. Bills are still playing. So Bills lose, the Steelers win. I think the Steelers take so the Bills get knocked out of the playoffs, and then there are 3 AFC North teams in the playoffs.
I think you gotta go Bills. They've just been so hot. Dolphins just got blown out.
And they have
Bradley Chubb's out for the season with torn ACL.
this is an interesting line because I am pretty sure that this decides the division.
Probably.
I'm pretty sure it does. What is that? That's the
East,
AFC
North, East, East.
East. Oh, you are correct. Yeah, 11-5 and 10-6, winning their last 4 of the Bills. And yeah, this will decide it. And at home, Miami at home dogs.
Yeah, I think you gotta ride the hot hand, Bills. And I also want the Bills to win.
Yeah, that's a dangerous team as well in the playoffs. But also here, like if they lose and the Steelers win, that's what the AFC North.
Are the Dolphins out if they lose?
No, because the Dolphins already have 11 wins.
Okay.
So Steelers at 9-7 would get in front of the Bills if they win, and if the Bills lose, they would be 9-7 as well. So whereas like the Dolphins already have 11 wins or 12 wins then.
Yeah, no, I'm taking the Bills.
Yeah, do or die, Josh Allen. Isn't that crazy though? How do the Steelers even have a chance?
They just win football games. Mike Tomlin's one of the GOATs.
They beat the
The
Ravens.
disrespect that people give to Mike Tomlin.
I don't think there is any at this point.
Well, it was last year. Tomlin flipped out on a reporter because he was asking. I forget the exact question he asked, but it was like a disrespectful question, and he was just like, "Would you guys wouldn't ask Sean Payton this?" And like Tomlin just like didn't doesn't get. I don't know.
I think that that used to be a thing.
They don't talk about how he's one of the all time great coaches.
They are now.
Now they are,
They
but
are now. It's 17 years in a row of winning
that's
seasons.
so ridiculous.
And here's my thing. When he had Ben, I didn't really realize it. Like Ben was awesome. He's a
Yeah,
Hall of Famer. And then so the year Ben got hurt and you're playing like Duck Hodges, Mason Rudolph, and these guys, I'm like, wow, like he's a good coach. Yeah, like he's really good. And then like year after year here, when like he hasn't had really a set in stone team in any which way, like it's a good team, but it's not a great team by any means. He has a great player in TJ Watt and Mink on the defensive side, and that's it.
yeah,
And he just wins. And he's able to lead like he's just a good leader at the end of the day.
yeah. His biggest fault is the wide receiver room getting good character guys in there.
But they get great receivers. Like they're get talented like
Yeah,
both those guys super talented. Like Deontay's ability to run routes is
mhm.
crazy. He's got stone hands. Um, but yeah, Diva, and then Pickens is what it is, but he's great. Like,
At football, he's a great football player.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, and that's how somehow they always pick guys like that. But like that's why he's great. Like as a coach, he's so good because he is somehow able to control those guys.
yeah,
Like imagine picking somewhere else. Like it would just
yeah.
it'd be worse.
That's how bad Chase Claypool was.
Yeah,
That
think
even
about
he
it. They held him in check too.
well, and then he was so bad that they sent him away.
And we got a second for that. Practically a glorified first. It was the first pick of the second round. How great of a move is that?
Now he's in Miami, not
Not even
dressing.
healthy scratch. All right. That'll do it, actually. This was Tuesday's edition. We got through a good amount of things here. Really just shooting the shit, honestly. That's what today was.
Sorry for
Uh,
cussing.
sorry for cussing. Family show. Um, yeah. I really want to play Madden squads now because of Sketch.
I'm going home to play franchise mode.
Bro,
Actually,
let's get the new Madden.
no,
It's like
you got
$20 right now.
good.
Bro, it's
I'm
not
having a blast playing
but what it'd
my
be
Madden.
sick.
No, I'm good.
Come on.
Let's wrap this up. I want to go play franchise mode.
That's a terrible take out of you. All right, well, that'll do it. We appreciate you tuning in. Make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. Follow. We are on all the platforms from Spotify to Amazon to YouTube, all of it. And then please check us out over on Instagram and TikTok over at Crossover Athlete Insights with an S at the end. Until Saturday, we will see you next time.